Look, before we get into anything complicated, I want you to try something with me for a second. If you're able, just stand up wherever you are, lift one foot off the floor and see how long you can hold it. Don't overthink it. Just try it. Most people are shocked at what happens next. Some can barely hold 3 seconds. Others wobble like they're on a balance beam. And a few feel that tiny moment of panic, like their body suddenly isn't as dependable as they thought it was. Now, here's why this little test matters way more than your smartwatch metrics or your daily step count. Balance is one of the most sensitive signs of how well your entire system is aging. Not just your legs, not just your muscles, your nervous system, your bones, your cognitive function, all of it. It's like your body's check engine light. And most people don't notice it's flashing red until something scary happens. You know what's surprising? We've been taught for years that walking is the gold standard of healthy aging. 10,000 steps a day, right? Everyone repeats it like a commandment. But here's the twist. Walking doesn't actually prepare your body for the kinds of fast, unpredictable movements that keep you safe in real life. You can walk every morning around your neighborhood, take the same path at the same pace with the same stride, and your brain just checks out. It's like putting your body on cruise control. You get heart benefits, sure, but nothing in that routine challenges your nervous system to react, stabilize, or adapt. And that matters, especially as we get older. I've met so many people who take pride in the fact that they never miss their daily walk. Yet one strange step on uneven ground, one moment of distraction, one fast shift of weight, and their body simply isn't trained for it. That's when the falls happen. And if you've ever talked to someone who's gone through the whole cycle of a bad fall, you know it's not just the injury. It's the loss of confidence, the fear, the shrinking of their world. Here's something most people don't realize until it's too late. Balance isn't just a physical skill. It's a brain skill. Every time your foot hits the ground, your nervous system is adjusting thousands of tiny signals to keep you upright. But when the movement becomes too familiar, the brain stops actively participating. It says, "Oh, we've done this a million times." And it hands the job over to autopilot. And autopilot isn't built for surprises. If you've ever tripped over something small, like the edge of a rug or a crack in the sidewalk, and felt that jolt of adrenaline shoot through your whole body, that was your nervous system waking up after being half asleep. That's not the state you want to be in when balance is what's keeping you safe. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Walking mostly trains you in one direction, forward. But daily life isn't a straight line. It's twisting, reaching, stepping sideways, turning quickly, reacting to the unexpected. Most fall-related injuries happen when people move outside that straight line, like stepping off a curb at an angle, turning too quickly in the kitchen, or losing balance while reaching overhead. And this is where walking totally fails as your only exercise. It doesn't challenge the stabilizing muscles along the sides of your hips. It doesn't strengthen your core in a way that helps you stay upright under pressure. It doesn't improve rotational control, which is crucial for catching yourself when you twist or pivot. I've talked to people who walk 5 miles a day and still feel unsteady every time they lift one leg to put on a pair of pants. That's not a moral failing. It's just training the wrong system for the wrong outcome. And then there's the issue of muscle loss. A lot of people don't understand how dramatically strength declines after age 50. It's not subtle. You can lose 1 to 2% of muscle every year and it adds up fast. Strength isn't just about lifting weights or opening jars. It's about being able to push yourself back upright when you stumble. It's about having the leg power to slow a fall before it becomes a disaster. Walking doesn't build strength because there's no real resistance involved. Your body gets used to the movement almost instantly, so you burn a few calories, but you're not building the kind of protective muscle fibers that keep you independent. So let's step back and ask the real question. If walking is great for your heart but misses stability, misses strength, and misses the brain training component, then what actually does all three? What trains your body in multiple directions, challenges your brain, protects your joints, and builds strength without pounding on your knees? A lot of people are shocked when they hear the answer because it doesn't look aggressive or high-tech. But that's the beauty of it. It doesn't need to. The exercise that pulls all of this together is Tai Chi. Now stay with me for a moment, because if you're picturing slow hand waving in a park, you're only seeing the surface. What's actually happening underneath is far more powerful. Tai Chi forces your body to engage in continuous micro-adjustments. Every shift of weight demands control from your core, your hips, your ankles, and your nervous system. Every change of direction forces your stabilizers to switch on. Every slow movement asks your brain to stay fully present because the sequence is just complex enough that you can't drift off mentally. And when you work slowly, you actually make your muscles work harder, not easier. People often tell me they're blown away by how challenging a single session feels, even though there's zero impact. No jumping, no pounding, no strain. Just precision, focus, control. And that's why it outperforms walking in so many areas that matter as we age. It's like strength training, balance training, and cognitive training all rolled into one slow, graceful movement pattern. Let me give you an example. One of the most important things for fall prevention is being able to stand on one leg while shifting your weight. Tai Chi puts you in that position constantly, but it does it gently with guidance from your whole body. You spend almost the entire practice balancing on one leg or preparing to shift to one leg. That's literally the skill that protects you in real life. And the magic of slow motion makes it even more effective. When you move slowly, your stabilizing muscles don't get a break. They have to stay active for longer, which builds real functional strength. And all of this happens without stressing your joints. Speaking of joints, this is where Tai Chi shines even more. When you move gently in circular patterns, something interesting happens inside your joints. Your cartilage gets bathed in fresh fluid that brings nutrients and reduces irritation. That can help people with stiffness feel looser and more coordinated. I've seen people who struggled with knee or hip pain go from barely bending to moving with surprising fluidity. And the reason is that these slow movements are gentle enough to heal instead of harm. You're not grinding anything. You're nourishing it. But perhaps the most surprising part is how Tai Chi affects the brain. You can think of it as meditation in motion, but instead of just calming your mind, it also strengthens it. The combination of coordination, memory, and focus literally gives your brain a workout. Many people describe it as mentally refreshing in a way that walking or cycling never gave them. And that makes sense because your brain is being asked to solve real-time movement puzzles. Slow enough to be safe, complex enough to be stimulating. Let me tell you something else people rarely talk about. Stress changes your body. When you live in a constant state of worry or tension, your muscles tighten, your posture changes, and your breathing becomes shallow. Tai Chi interrupts that cycle. The deliberate, relaxed breathing turns down your stress hormone levels and helps your body shift into a mode where healing actually takes place. You finish feeling calm but energized, not exhausted. I think the biggest misconception about aging is that weaker balance, stiffer joints, and slower reactions are inevitable. They're not. They're trainable. Your brain is trainable. Your muscles are trainable. Your balance is trainable. And the earlier you start, the more you protect your future self. When people commit to a routine that challenges their stability and engages their mind, the changes can feel shocking. They start walking differently. They react faster. They stand taller. They move with confidence again. Here's the part one love most. You don't need special equipment. You don't need a gym. You don't need youth. Tai Chi meets you exactly where you are today. If you're strong, it challenges you. If you're struggling, it supports you. And if you're somewhere in between, it grows with you. It's one of the few forms of exercise that actually becomes more effective as you age because it addresses the things that matter most at that stage of life. Now, does this mean walking is useless? Not at all. Walking is wonderful for your heart, your mood, your circulation, your sense of routine. But it shouldn't be mistaken for a complete fitness plan. Think of walking as your foundation and Tai Chi as the structure that keeps everything upright, stable, and responsive. Walking keeps you moving. Tai Chi keeps you capable. If you've been feeling unsteady or stiff or just not as sharp with your movement as you once were, you're not alone. But you're not stuck that way either. Balance, strength, and stability are skills. You can rebuild them. You can improve them. And in many cases, you can feel better in your 60s or 70s than you did in your 40s. Simply because you're finally training the right systems. Your future self will thank you for starting today, even if it's just 5 minutes of simple, slow-shifting movements. And hey, if this helped change the way you think about balance, walking, or aging in general, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I break down practical health science every week. No hype, no impossible promises, just clear ways to build a stronger, longer-lasting body you can rely on.